Hello again, YouTube. It has been quite some time. Unfortunately, I am very busy right now between trying to work on my book, trying to do my teacher credential, and working 40 to 50, sometimes 60 hours a week. So very hectic. But my subscriber count has gone up lately. The views have been very consistent, and there's been a lot of feedback, and for that I am very grateful. So thank you guys. Keep watching, and I will definitely try to come out with more content as the year comes to its end. So what I want to talk about in this video is the Godzilla anime, namely the third and final film in the trilogy, Godzilla the Planet Eater. And of course, as you know by now, the trailer dropped just about a week ago, I believe. Of course, I watched it, and I just watched it just a few times. I just rewatched it right now just to get a feel for it again. And as a whole, the trailer looks good. It doesn't reveal too much, which is probably a good thing. So, really, in my mind, the only thing in particular to talk about per se, honestly, at this juncture, it's coming out like 2 weeks from now in Japan, November 9th, is Ghidorah. Because I'm pretty sure, as we all know by now, this trilogy has a way of turning expectations on their head. And unfortunately, from what I can tell, it's literally been, once again, like many Godzilla films these days, it's been a 50-50 reaction. Some people love them, some people despise them, some people think they're okay. I'm on the side of thinking the Godzilla anime trilogy has been pretty good. Um, I guess they could have used more action. Once again, I'm not going to say that they're the best Godzilla films ever made, but that has too much of a negative connotation. I don't think they're just okay films. I think they're pretty interesting films with really good ideas. Maybe hindered a little bit by poor pacing at some points. It's hard to explain. I mean, I'm pretty sure I explained this in my Godzilla City and Edge of Battle review, which I thought the film was really great, had a really great ending. But I mean, I think the audience these days, I guess, just wants a little more Godzilla up front and center, which, to be honest, is fair. I mean, between watching the Godzilla King of the Monsters trailer and then watching this one, very different experience. However, I think these will age fairly well, and when they finally come out on Blu-ray in America, which is very hard to tell when that's going to be, might have to go full bootleg, I will be buying this trilogy because I think it's a pretty good trilogy, and I like it a lot more. The trilogy as a whole, I like it a lot more than a lot of the other live adaptations, just honestly speaking. But the main thing to talk about here, of course, is the big thing, King Ghidorah. So for one thing, it's not like Mechagodzilla. It's confirmed he will be in there. He was in the trailer. However, like Mechagodzilla, very different than the usual depiction. How to describe it? It's not Kaiser Ghidorah. It's not definitely not the classic, although it has the gold color. But no wings, no legs of any kind, not even the antler-like horns, not even the typical dragon-like face. This King Ghidorah honestly looks more like a giant parasite, with also very interesting powers. I mean, it seems to be turn transparent, or at least reflect certain attacks, like Godzilla's, namely the giant atomic death beam. And how do I feel about the design? I think it's interesting and different. And I don't know if they did this deliberately because Godzilla King of Monsters is coming out. And of course, they've known this since back like in 2014 or 15. Toho's known that King Ghidorah was going to be in an American Godzilla movie. So part of me is saying that's why they did the redesign, because can't have a retread of a character we're going to see literally a few months from now in May of next year. So that could be it. Or maybe they really just want to go balls off the walls crazy and try something different like they did with Mechagodzilla, which some fans were angry about. Which once again, maybe just a bit justified since we saw which I need to look into that. And there was a Mechagodzilla figure for Godzilla Anime 2 that was nowhere near in the movie. So I'm wondering what the origin of that figure was. Was it just for a collection? That's it? I don't know. As far as the series goes, I think they only ever finished the head, and that was it. Before he was destroyed, became an actual city. So I guess we want to see the new design more in action before I can fully give my weight on it. Because I want to hear, of course, how it roars. I can already see how it moves and things like that. So as of right now, I guess sound like a lot of fans right now, but I don't hate the new design at all. I'm interested by it. I'm not necessarily in love with it. But like I said, I'm hoping they give this Ghidorah a lot of character. What I do like about it is they really brought him back to his roots from Ghidorah's we had monster, an evil planet-destroying being, which the Godzilla franchise has not touched that origin since the Showa era. Other than that, usually he's just been the puppet of aliens or time travelers. The only one that kind of touched on that was surprisingly Rebirth of Mothra 3, 1998. That was a great looking King Ghidorah, very similar premise. This Ghidorah, of course, does not look like that. So I'm glad they're doing it. I'm just hoping, once again, they make his character really interesting. I think so, because right in the trailer we see him attacking the space station, which brings my mind to maybe a possible conclusion. I'm thinking maybe, and well, I guess not really spoilers, but this is just my thinking how the ending I think might go for the trilogy. I think they might go for a blue gender type ending. Now you may be saying, Josh, what the hell is blue gender? Well, it was an anime from the 90s. I'm not going to say late 90s. I'm not too sure. It was basically a very similar premise. We've seen this premise before many times, honestly, in the past few decades. Apocalypse ruins Earth, humans leave or are in hiding, then they come back later. And in the case of Blue Gender and a few others I can think of, the whole point of the series is to push humanity towards a more symbiotic relationship with the Earth instead of abusing the shit out of it, which is a very real problem. In Blue Gender's case, spoiler warnings, the series ends. Well, the series basically has a similar thing to Godzilla Earth going on, where some humans on the Earth fighting, some are in space, just kind of just watching, very hesitant, didn't even want to come back to Earth. In the Blue Gender's case, the people on the satellite ship or whatever end up basically destroying themselves. And we realize, yes, humanity's rightful place is back on Earth, not anywhere else in the galaxy. I think they might do that here, and I'm going off that, of course, only because I see King Ghidorah destroying the ship. Will they actually die, all of them? I don't know. My hunch is yes, because only people that are on there, I mean, there's sure a lot of innocent people on there too, but this is King Ghidorah, I don't think he cares. But the main reason why I think that's going to happen because who's on there? The head honchos are all still on the ship. And last time, if I remember correctly, they rewatched Godzilla Anime Part 2. Like I said, I've been really busy, but last time I watched it, I'm pretty sure they pretty much disassociated themselves from Huro and the Earth crew. So we'll see where that goes, but that's my hunch, and well, let's see if I'm right. Like I said, I'm hoping this is going to be a big epic showdown. It's about the same runtime as the other ones, about an hour and 30 minutes. And from what I can tell, Ghidorah will be a force to reckon with, be very terrifying. And after the massive cliffhanger in the last one, I'm really excited for this movie. Unfortunately, if it's coming out in Japan in November, I assume it won't hit Netflix till January of next year. maybe later, but we'll see how that goes. In fact, if I remember correctly, Godzilla Anime Part 2, we both of them had like a maybe, I don't know, maybe a 3-4 months delay before going to Netflix. So we'll see. But guys, tell me your thoughts on this movie trailer, the new Ghidorah look, where the plot could possibly go. And one other thing, will Godzilla finally die? I don't know. I'm assuming they're going to learn to live with him, but we'll see, because this Godzilla is kind of a bastard. But alright guys, this is it for now. See you in the future.